2025 is looking like it's going to be an amazing year for roller coasters and just amusement parks in general. There's going to be 2 brand new parks opening in 2025 that could be 2 of the best in the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
You got Epic Universe down in Florida, part of Universal Studios, and then you have Six Flags Qiddiya out in Saudi Arabia. Now, we're not talking about the politics of Saudi Arabia or anything like that, but we're just talking about the park in general. So it looks like, I mean, just as far as like record-breaking coasters left and right.
Yeah, they're because it is funded by the government, and they're just pouring a bunch of money into it and putting in all these insane coasters. One of them we'll obviously get to a little bit later.
Yeah, so, but anyway, this whole video is going to be the top 10 coasters that are going to be new for that great year, 2025. Can't wait to ride a lot of these coasters. Looking forward to it, so let's jump right into this video. Starting off with number 10, we're going to go to a park that we visited for the first time this year, Six Flags Great America, over in Gurnee, Illinois. They're going to be building a mini B&M dive coaster called Wrath of Rakshasa.
Yeah, now this looks like it'll probably be one of the better dive coasters. Like, the layout does look pretty good. There's going to be 5 inversions on it. And it is going to have a 95-degree drop, I'm pretty sure.
Beyond vertical
which
drop,
is, 5 degrees beyond vertical, which is the steepest drop on any dive coaster, which is really cool.
Our only complaint when they announced that is that, well, my big complaint is I thought that park really needed that top-tier coaster, but wasn't getting it with a B&M dive coaster. But either way, this definitely looks like it'll be fun and a great addition to the park. And people will be lining up to ride that thing,
Absolutely.
No doubt. Now moving on to number 9. This was technically supposed to be a 2024 edition to Six Flags Great Adventure, but lo and behold, it is pushed back to 2025, so we are adding it into this list. It is none other than Flash Vertical Velocity. That is the brand new Vekoma Super Boomerang. First one in the United States.
Yeah, so this is another modern Vekoma coming to the United States, which is very exciting. There's definitely not too many of these super boomerangs. Now, if you don't know what a Vekoma Super Boomerang is, they're a lot different than their old sucky boomerangs that every park has. Now, this ride definitely looks good. It's the same concept as a boomerang, but with a lot more elements and all sorts of stuff. And it looks like it's going to be a great ride.
Number 8, we're going over to the Netherlands, to Walibi, Holland. Why, oh, why?
Yeah, I mean, why, oh, why?
Why, oh, why? I mean, I guess that's how you're going to say the name or whatever. This is going to be a dueling RMC Raptor.
Yeah, and this is something that I didn't even hear of until just like a week ago or whatever. I saw a picture of it like almost built, and it's like, oh, here's a new dueling Raptor coming to Walibi, Holland. And I was like, I never heard about this. But this is going to be, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the Walibi Holland is going to be the only park with 3 separate RMCs. Well, because this is, like you said, is going to be a dueling coaster. So 3 separate RMC credits in one park will be pretty cool. But basically the way this ride works is one side is a thrill coaster and the other side is a family coaster.
Yep, one side will have inversions, the other side won't. One side will be taller and faster, the other side will be shorter and slower.
Which is a cool concept because there's not too many things like that. Like, some coasters get creative, like Dueling Dragons in China has like one side is inverted, one side isn't. But I don't think we've seen a one-side family coaster, one-side thrill coaster yet. So that's definitely a very cool concept.
Yeah, very unique enough where an RMC Raptor, which aren't, I mean, they're good, but they aren't overly impressive.
We haven't ridden it. We've only ridden Jersey Devil, which everybody says is by far the worst one out there. So we have
we rode the worst one.
But this is going to be a completely custom layout, so not a like Railblazer or Golden Lasso, nor Jersey Devil. It's going to be a completely unique layout, which is again very exciting.
Layouts.
2 unique layouts, exactly.
So I don't know if we'll be over in Netherlands anytime soon to ride that, but looks like it should be a great addition to that park. Now coming in at number 7, we are going down to Virginia, King's Dominion, where they're building a B&M launch wing coaster called Raptura. The only one that we've ridden was at Holiday World Thunderbird, and we thought it's a lot of fun, so this thing should be bigger and faster than that. So definitely a lot of fun. There's one over in the UK that is like a family one.
Yeah, it's like it's Jumanji, and it's like a family swing launch wing coaster. But this is gonna be a full scale thrill launch coaster like Thunderbird. And in the video, they had some like cool stuff over the first launch and some theming. So hopefully it will have some pretty decent theming, because from what the video shows, the animation, it looks to have some pretty decent theming around that area.
Well, yeah, it's going to be in the Jungle Expedition area.
Yeah.
So that's a well-themed area at King's Dominion already. So yeah, this should fit right in and go in really well there. So definitely excited to possibly get down and ride that this coming up year. So that looks definitely good for King's Dominion. Now at number 6, we are going over to one of those brand new parks that we just talked about. Six Flags Qiddiya. They are getting a ride called Spitfire. Now everyone's focused on one other coaster that they're going to be getting, but they're getting a ton that looks like it. Yeah, but this one,
they're getting a tilt coaster, they're getting a GCI, and they're getting Spitfire, which is going to be an intimate multi-launch coaster. It's going to be a similar concept to Top Thrill 2, where the swing launch is the main part of the ride. But unlike Top Thrill 2, this is going to have an airtime hill during the swing launch, similar to what Pantheon has or Tutatis.
And those are a lot of fun.
Those are great fun.
Especially those that backwards airtime.
You get amazing backwards airtime on that, so that's going to be great. And it's going to have a huge 250-foot inverted top hat, which is going to be pretty crazy.
That's gigantic.
Yeah.
That thing is just going to, and it's going to be dwarfed by another coaster in the park, but that thing, if it was in most any other park around the country, would be easily the first or second best coaster, depending on what park it's in. So definitely that thing is worthy of being on this list of the top 10 2025 roller coasters. Now we are breaking into the top 5. Now this is another roller coaster that was supposed to be open in a previous year, but things just got pushed off. It's supposed to be going down to Texas at a basically like kind of a brand new park. It's going to be called Coda Land.
It's at like a race car track. It's right in the middle between San Antonio and Austin, but they've never had roller coasters before, I don't think, and they're adding 2 new coasters hopefully this year. I mean, it's on the list.
They're being built. So this is going to be a tilt coaster, a Vekoma tilt coaster called Circuit Breaker. Now this thing looks like it's going to, like, the layout looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks like a fantastic. It's one of Vekoma's modern tilt coasters, but it has that modern Vekoma layout with some inversions, and it has this really cool moment where after the first element, after the first drop, it has like this tight barrel roll kind of thing straight into a tunnel, which is really cool. And it looks like it's going to be pretty high speed since it's at the beginning of the ride, and that part looks great. But those modern Vekomas are supposed to be fantastic rides.
Yeah, one of 2 tunnels on it, so looks like it's going to be really good. So anyone that's down in the Texas area, got tons of parks down there, and now one more to add to the list that should have a couple decent coasters to go check out. Before we get into the top 4 roller coasters that are going to be coming in 2025, we'd just like to say thank you to everyone coming and checking out this video. Remind you, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you enjoy roller coaster and amusement park content just like this. And also give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, because those 2 things help against the YouTube algorithm and pushes this video and our channel out to as many people as possible. And I also like to give a huge shout out to all our channel members. All these people help out the channel a ton, and in return they get things like exclusive shout outs like you see, videos, pictures, stuff like that, and they help out the channel a ton, as I just said. So now enough of that stuff. Getting into number 4, we're going with another Vekoma tilt coaster coming to our home park, Cedar Point. It's going to be Siren's Curse. Now honestly, we looked at this and Circuit Breaker and kind of went back and forth of which one should be above one another, because they both have their elements and their things that make one better than the other.
Yeah, if you want to say that Circuit Breaker looks better or Siren's Curse, whatever, they both look fantastic, and it's pretty hard to choose between which one looks better. We went with Siren's Curse. We gave the slight edge to Siren's Curse
because it's at our home park. No, that's not really the reason why. We're not biased like that. But it's taller, it's faster.
Yeah,
they got that triple down or whatever.
Triple down, yeah, and it's gonna have onboard audio and stuff like that, and some lights on the train, which is cool. So give the slight edge to Siren's Curse, but would not be surprised at all if Circuit Breaker is the better ride. Who knows? They both look great.
Yeah, that's the thing about making a list of roller coasters, not only that you haven't ridden yet, but that aren't actually built yet.
Yeah, that nobody's ridden.
Yeah, so it's virtually impossible to give like a full detailed review of any of these rides. But we're doing our best just based on the animations and looking at the layouts and just judging from all the coasters that we've ridden and stuff like that. So if you agree or disagree with any of these, make sure to drop those comments down.
If you've ridden one of these and we're wrong about it.
Okay, so now we are getting into number 3. This thing, if it wasn't for the other 2 roller coasters ahead of it on this list, it would be number 1.
That's mind-boggling.
Go figure.
That's crazy.
We're going to our neighbors north of the border, up at Canada's Wonderland. Or Canada's Wonderland. Everyone says Canada or Canada. Whatever. It's like tomato.
People say Canada or Canada?
Yes. But it's a joke. Whatever. So anyway, we are going with AlpenFury. This thing is a multi-launch premier roller coaster that's going to shoot out of the top of a mountain and spin you around and drop you.
Exactly. That's
all sorts of stuff.
Perfect review of it.
Yeah.
It's going to launch straight out of a volcano with fire shooting up and go upside down. We've never seen that for any other coaster ever before. But either way, this is going to be a premier multi-launch coaster, which we haven't, this is a full Intamin style multi-launch coaster from Premier, which we haven't seen yet. The second launch of this ride looks really cool because it's going to be fully in Wonder Mountain, and it's going to shoot up and it's going to be a very inversion-based layout. It's going to have, 8 inversions, I think?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just going to be a very inversion-heavy layout, but this is just going to be another great coaster to add at Canada's Wonderland's very stacked lineup.
Now for number 2, we're going to go down to Florida. Epic Universe, going to be a brand new park. Part of Universal Studios, like we talked about earlier, and their main attraction, they're getting a bunch of roller coasters. All of them look like they should be pretty good. A lot of them family oriented or whatever.
It's Epic Universe. They're gonna have insane theming.
Yeah. So this thing, what used to be called Starfall Racers, but something happened where they had to change the name. Now it is Stardust Racers. But either way, the roller coaster is the same. It is a dual multi-launch Mack racing coaster. This thing looks like it's going to be crazy. And I said before a while back that if this thing was being made by Intamin or something, people would probably be talking about it as one of the best coasters.
That's probably because Intamin multi-launches are better than Mack multi-launches.
Well, but this one looks like it might turn into maybe Mack is going to get into that.
The Mack coasters are usually a lot more tame, and they take inversions very slowly. But this ride does look fantastic. It is huge. It is going to have insane theming, obviously, because it's that Epic Universe.
It will be epic.
It's going to be, exactly. It's going to be a very long ride. It's going to have some crazy inversions. Obviously, Mack can do some crazy inversions, like what they did with Hyperia.
So we can't wait. We're hoping that Epic Universe this year or next year, I should say, won't be absolutely crazy, so we can get down and ride this.
For crowds.
Yeah, for crowd size, because I'm going to be frightened of that park whenever it first opens.
Yeah, there's going to be some crowds for sure.
Yeah, but Stardust Racers is definitely something that any enthusiast is going to want to get down and ride without a shadow of a doubt. So that was number 2, so that leaves number 1. I think you guys already know exactly what we're going to say. It is the ultimate record-breaking coaster at Epic Universe. It's going to be a mild spinning coaster by Mack. It's going to be in the Dark Universe section. So this thing will be kind of like a swing launch. Is that the coaster that we went with?
Doesn't sound quite right.
Okay. So what was number 1 then?
I think it was something called Falcon's Flight at Six Flags Qiddiya.
I get those two confused.
I know. I think everybody does. I think you know about Falcon's Flight. It is going to be every enthusiast's top bucket list coaster when it opens, pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
Over 600 feet tall, 150 miles an hour. It's going to be...
I forgot all the stats, honestly. I forgot.
It's going to be just the most insane coaster ever built, and...
It's going to have an airtime hill that reaches 500 and some odd
50
feet.
feet tall, yeah. And it's going to drop off a cliff. That's going to be over 600 foot tall drop. It is absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah,
really.
not much more than you can say about that.
But yeah, this is going to be the most insane, biggest, craziest coaster ever built when it opens.
If it opens.
If it opens. No, it's already like, so many people had so many doubts when this thing was first announced years ago.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it, I was like, there's no way that this is ever built. But there's tons of pictures of it being worked on, and they're pretty far along with it so far.
Yeah, so that is it. Obviously, you guys knew that was going to be number one.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much of a doubt about that. But anyway, that is our top 10 list for the new for 2025 roller coasters coming. So would love to hear your guys' opinion down below in the comment section. So lay it on thick. Let's hear what you guys think deserves to be in the top 10, or anything that we might have missed, or anything that we messed up. I'm sure everyone loves to tell us how we messed up on
we
things.
messed up on coasters that nobody's ridden,
Yes.
obviously.
So, but that is it. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time right here on Beach Cliff Studios. See ya.